Hello my girls, welcome back to the channel. We're doing a long-awaited girl talk video. I love doing these videos. I feel like they're just the most like in here, you know? It's really fun and I love getting to like just chat with you guys and do this like chill one-on-one. So I'm gonna try to do them more often, like maybe once a month or so, because I think they're really cool. But today I'm so excited. I'm partnering with Sephora Collection on this video, and you guys already know I don't need to give you the spiel about Sephora Collection. They're my ride or die. And I love a lot of their skincare products. All their skincare is clean and under $20. I said it, like literally enough said. It's so good. And I'm gonna be testing out a few things that I haven't tried for them yet. I figured I might as well mask, you know, zen out while we chat. So I'm gonna try this first of all and just go ahead and pop this on. This is the matcha tea vitamin mask. And I'm just gonna get in there and let this sit, maybe with some eye patches on. So let's get into the questions. As I use the skincare products, I will put all of them on the screen with like pricing. A lot of their skincare actually, I think that like they make basically like the most perfect dupes for like really expensive products that are like really popular at Sephora. I've always loved that about Sephora Collection. They really nail like really popular products, and then they just pretty much try and get as close as they can to that formula. They'll maybe make it better, make it clean, and then they make it super accessible for pricing. And I don't know, so you can pretty much like get any, like a dupe of any high-end product from them, makeup included. I did a full video on the makeup dupes that they have. So anyways, throughout this video, I'll be putting up the product I'm using and then the dupe next to it. But let's get into the questions. Okay, so someone said, how often do you go out for a girls' night and hunt for a boys' night? So I'm probably going out for a girls' night right now, maybe like once a month. I don't know. A lot of my girlfriends, like, we're all kind of like entrepreneurs and we work a lot. So we really just kind of like understand each other if we can't do something, or one of us is working on a project or a deadline. It doesn't like happen very often. So we understand like that timing is just kind of hard to nail down. But anytime we see each other, it's like no time has passed kind of. And I'm still kind of forming my friend group here in Nashville. I have a few really close girls that I see a lot, but I'm kind of trying, like they're all in different groups. So I think it would be really fun to get all of my friends together that are from different worlds, and yeah, just get like basically a big group of girls together. And we've all been talking about that. Like we want to do that because I actually, at Hunter's birthday party, a lot of my girls all got to meet and they were like, oh my gosh, she was so nice and she was so nice. So I'm hoping to kind of like get a group together once a month and we can like go to brunch or something. I was supposed to do girls brunch last weekend and then it fell through because it was raining and stuff. But I would say probably about once a month. And then Hunter, maybe a little more, maybe like he kind of goes out with like a different buddy or friend at least once a month or maybe twice a month. So like every other week, like one-on-one for like beers or something like that. It's usually like super spur of the moment, whereas girls, like we're like planning our shit ahead of time. We're like, brunch next weekend at 1 p.m. Like this is what we're wearing, and Hunter's just like, hey, like, you know, Josh just called me for a beer, I'm gonna run down there. It's like more like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I would say then the rest of the time we're hanging out usually with couples together. So I don't know, once a month, once, twice a month. But I'm also married, so I feel like everybody's different, right? Like I have some girlfriends that go out all the time and they just like are more up for that. I'm kind of like a little bit more like introverted, but I get tired really easily and I'm like, I can't go out all the time. Like it drains me and then I get off of my routine. So I don't know, that was a long-winded question to that, but that's my answer. Did you / do you ever have moments that you feel like your relationship isn't working? I think absolutely, like everyone goes through that in their relationship over time. You kind of go through things, right? That's why it's literally called like going through stuff, because you always are gonna have those moments where, like, you just face it, you're from two different backgrounds and your lives are completely different, and the whole marriage is kind of like trying to communicate those thoughts and feelings and figure it out along the way. But there's always gonna be confusion in the course of however long you're married. Shoot, 50 years, 60 years. Things are gonna bubble up where you're like, hold on, wait, we're not aligned here. What's going on? How do we like figure this out? You think this way, I think this way. So there's definitely been like moments along the way that have like little things have happened like that. But we always end up getting through them. It's a little bit uncomfortable in the moment because it's not fun to like disagree on something or be at differences with each other. But over time, you figure it out, you get through it, and then you're like, okay, I know that if we're challenged again, we can get over that hump because we've already done it before with that one thing. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, it seems like traumatizing at the time, but you actually need those experiences in order to be able to like build the confidence to overcome anything that comes at you guys moving forward. So it's good practice in a way. So don't let it scare you. Instead, just look at it as a time to learn. In the moment, obviously, you're gonna be really upset and frustrated and uncomfortable because that's like exactly what fights and growth like feel like. But then after, you're kind of like, oh, I'm so glad that we went through that. And in the moment, it was so hard for me to see, but I feel like we are so much more mature because of that experience. So it's good if you can like look at the good in it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this is a good one. Making friends, senior in high school, and I'm just having a hard time finding people with the same goals as me. That is really tough. I was like the same in high school. I kind of went in and out of friend groups, and people are just like so immature in high school. It's really challenging to, you know, nail down friendships that are like consistent, and then a lot of people, like you said, have different goals. I think it's just what I've learned, and what if I could go back now would be just like being really kind to everybody, even if they're like immature and they treat you differently or they act different at parties, like, you know, in front of you, or they are rude to you in class, or they don't say hi in the hall, like things like that. It's almost like you just have to be the bigger person, like knowing, okay, like I know you're doing that because it's on you. Like you're maybe uncomfortable, or you feel embarrassed, or you're insecure, and so for some reason, whatever that might be, you don't feel like you can be nice back to me. But when you're nice to people all the time, like they know it, they know deep down, and it definitely pays off in the long run just to be sweet and nice always to everybody in all different groups. Doesn't matter if they're not popular, if they're the most popular person, everyone like gives them shit. Like you should just be nice to everyone no matter what. Cause I think it's what like strong people do. You know what I'm saying? So like, focus on having less friends and go for the people that are truthfully so nice to you no matter what you do. Like, and it's probably a friend that you don't really have that much in common with, you know? Like, I remember in high school, I always wanted to be friends with like girls that like liked the same things as me and like dressed the same. And that's just not always like how friendships work. Like I've bonded with so many people over the years that are literally complete opposite of me, but we just like connect so much that you just can't deny the friendship. And I think in high school, there's so many like stereotypes on groups that it's kind of like harder to do that. But I would say just remember and be nice to those people that are so nice to you, and who cares like what kind of group they're in, or if it's not the standard, just be nice. And if you're not vibing with people, then just like go grind on the side, like focus on your stuff. If you have goals and you want to like go after things, and you're not like finding like a ton of friends in high school, just spend and dive all your time into that, and you're just going to further yourself. And you're going to be further along after high school, and they're all going to be like, whoa, what was the difference? And now I see she's really successful and making progress and going after her dreams, and maybe they'll be kind of like, oh, like I need to catch up now, you know, so they'll see it later. So I know it's really hard in the moment though, if you feel kind of alone, but I would say a good way to combat that would be diving into the things that you love and going after what you want if you have extra time because you're not hanging out with friends. And when the right friend comes along, it will be meant to be and they will enter your life when they should. Oh my God, lots of girls for high school friend advice. Oh, I just feel so bad for you guys. I hate high school girls. Like, ugh, I just hate it. All my advice from the previous question still stands. Be nice, be sweet, cool people, just do your thing. Stay in your lane, keep your head down, do your shit, and move on. You're good. Okay, I thought this was interesting because somebody said, are you anxious to start trying for a baby or not at all? And actually we met somebody the other night who watched our channel, and she was like, oh, good, like you're trying to get pregnant, right? And I was like, no, actually. So I think that's really interesting. I bet a lot of you guys think that we're like trying to get pregnant, and we actually aren't. We're not anxious about it at all. I think like what we are anxious about is becoming, like not anxious, sorry, we're not anxious about it, but maybe more nervous of is becoming parents and just the change of lifestyle. And I think we definitely recognize that, which is why we're really waiting till we're like so ready to take on that responsibility, because we're already just trying to figure out how to nail our current life and current job and, you know, maintain our YouTube channel and the puppy, and we just moved to a new city. Like there's just a lot going on right now. So we're just not even really in that space of thinking about kids. We definitely are so much warmer to it. Like we talk about all the time, we're like, oh, how sweet is that gonna be? It's gonna be so fun. We can't wait to decorate a nursery, but we have not like pulled the goalie yet, if you know what I mean. Like we're not there. So no, not anxious about that, but I think we're just know that when we have a baby and we get pregnant, like it's game on and our life is going to shift major. So we just know that, and we're very hyper aware of it, and so we want to be ready. And I think we're going to know that moment where we're like, okay, like we're done, we can, I think we're ready for this new experience, you know what I mean? Or we might not ever be ready for that and it will just happen, but you know what I mean. They have a melting cleansing balm, which I'm so excited about. I didn't know that. So I'm gonna start using this to take off my makeup and see how my skin likes it. But I'll do that. I'm not wearing makeup today, so I'm not gonna do it, but it smells really good. And I think it'll be like a makeup breakdown balm. Oh, it smells so good. I love their like classic scent. It's so good. And I bet this is like a dupe of a nice one as well, so I'll put it on the screen if it is. But you guys check out their skincare if you are looking for affordable skincare, if you have sensitive skin and you want something with clean ingredients. Like their stuff is so well made and it's very affordable. So definitely check it out. I'll have all the products linked down below and you guys can shop some of their skincare. I would say my favorites are their peel pads, which I literally have in my skin drawer. Obsessed with the glow peel pads. The moisturizer is amazing, and their cleanser is so good. And then I'm really liking this little lip mask. This is really good. And their brightening eye cream is also awesome. So those are my favorites. I'll list them like in order, but those I highly recommend. The glow pads are my #1, like so good. And then this moisturizer is incredible for like a richer one. I know if you have dry skin that you'll really like this too, because I've had dry friends tell me that. Dry friends. I have combination skin, so. Ooh, what's the secret to maintaining confidence? All right, I feel like I've like kind of had some like realizations on confidence in the past, I don't know, few months. I feel like I think going through a move really like tests you and you really see kind of where you're at and everything. And I've been just realizing something. By the way, I love this moisturizer. It is literally the best moisturizer ever. It's their Nourishing Moisturizer, and it's so creamy and soft and gentle. Okay, so I'm just putting on moisturizer and then put on my eye masks. Confidence, okay. So I realized, I think I've gotten a lot of confidence, more confidence the older I get. Like when I look back on college and high school, I'm like, oh my gosh, like the poor girl. Like in being me, I look back and I'm like, you poor thing. So a few things I wish I could go back and like, you know, kind of tell myself is one, just to like really be yourself wholeheartedly and not try and fit in with everyone else. And I know that's so hard in the moment, but the reason that that helps build your confidence is because if you are you all the time and you're not swaying to like fit in with people or do what everyone else is doing, like if you do those things, you're basically just looking for affirmation and recognition in conforming to what everyone else is doing. Now, obviously it's okay if you like the same things and it's a genuine expression, then that's fine. But if you're trying just because you think that's what you're supposed to do, that you're not gonna become a more confident person by doing that. You will literally like, one day you'll realize, you'll kind of find who you are, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I tried so hard to fit in. Like that's so, not like embarrassing, but you'll be like, I was so lost. And the sooner that you can just like embrace what you are, I swear to you, it is literally like contagious. Like people can like feel that energy. You know when someone's being like 100% themselves and like authentic. And there's just something about it that like glows through. It could literally even be on an Instagram photo. And you're like, that, you can just feel if it's like authentic, original, if it's them, if they're just happy, if they are, it could be anything. It doesn't even matter, but you can literally tell. Like, it's just not something that you can hide. So I feel like embracing who you are and getting in touch with who you are and not letting other people's opinions affect you is really what builds a lot of confidence. And then finding people that also believe in you or love you and can kind of like support you in like who you are and expressing yourself, that is like the most confidence building thing. So finding really good friends, I feel like I found some really good friends here in Nashville, and I feel like that's why my confidence has started to build a little bit more, just like than it was really over the past few years. I just went through a season where I didn't have like as deep of friendships, and having deeper friends, but you can't force it, right? Like I just really connected with them, and I've been able to really like feel supported by those girls, and they see me for who I am. I don't have to literally change at all. I can be exactly what I want, and they support me in everything I do. YouTube, like they're so sweet, and I support them in everything they do, and it's just nice. So I hope to like find more of those friends, and it's just really sweet and nice to have good, confident girls around you. That helps build confidence too. So hanging out with other people that are really nice and happy in their life and confident. And I think the best way you can identify that is if someone's really happy, you know that they're confident and they're kind of like got it together a little bit. Not got it together, but that they figured it out a little bit. So you can be kind of drawn to those people because you know. And then the other thing I would say that I learned, sorry, I'm like so chatty about this, but I feel like it's such a good topic, is I think working for things is so important and really builds your confidence. And I know it's kind of like ironic because, you know, it could even be like you sitting on the couch looking through your Instagram feed, and it's like, you look at fitness people, you look at other bloggers, and maybe you want to start a blog, or you want to start going to the gym, or you want to start cooking all your food at home, or whatever. And you see these things, and you're like, oh, I can never do that. You like kind of talk yourself out of it. Well, there's never going to be a day that comes where you're like, yeah, I think today I'm going to start. Like that is the truth for anything that's hard to work for, a business, your body, your strength, your garden, like it literally could be anything, and it all requires effort and work. And you know what, when you put in all that effort and work, at the end of it, you build confidence in yourself, because you're like, I did that. I showed up for myself every single day, and I committed, and I followed through with that, and I made a promise, and I showed up every single time. And I never, like, of course you're gonna have ups and downs, certain days where you fail, but if over time you have that consistency, then you start to believe in yourself because you've proven it to you. And that's how you build confidence. So I would say, like, for me, like, one thing that my fitness journey helped me build a lot of confidence, not even because of the way I look, just knowing that, like, I can get my ass there every morning and show up for myself. And then the second thing would be, I don't know, building like a YouTube channel. I think with Hunter and I doing that, it's a lot harder than it looks, and probably people don't really think of it that way, but I think building any business or like just anything, right? Being good at a sport, it takes so much hard work, and when you know that you can put in that work and you've done it for yourself, I mean, there's nothing more rewarding, and you're like, cool, like, what do I want to do next? Because I feel like psychologically, it's a victory in your brain, so that, like, and it releases endorphins, so you can like keep moving forward and going after more things. Does that make sense? Okay, lots of questions on how to spice it up with your babe, how to keep marriage spicy. Let's see, lots of stuff like that. Okay, I don't know, like, I don't really have like the tips for this, but I will say, I think that talking about your sex life a little bit more together helps spice it up, because it removes, I don't know, like a little, at least for me, like it removes a little bit of that, like, oh my God, like, you know, we're like talking about this, but just like communicating like things that you like, or things that are like kind of a turn off for you, like, I don't know, you gotta like let a boy know so that you guys can make it better. And that way you're like, oh wow, I had like no idea that you didn't like when I did do this, or you do like this, and then you can kind of like start to bend a little bit more, and then you're like, yeah, that was good, I'm glad we talked about it. Like, it was like, you know, awkward, but like, you have to communicate about those things. One thing I think is an easy tip is to not just have sex like literally right before you go to bed. I feel like having it at different times of the day, which I'm sure a lot of people do, like, again, everyone's different, but sometimes, like, I feel like when you're married or you've been in a relationship for a while, you can fall into like a certain time that you like always have that time together. And I think my point being is like, maybe switch it up. So if you always have that every single morning, maybe you switch it up to nighttime, or nighttime it's morning, or literally in the middle of the day, like spontaneity. I feel like anything to just like switch up can really be impactful. So talking about it to make it better and more fun, and then also maybe switching things up just to not stay in such a like consistent pattern of like when you do it, where you do it, like all of that can kind of help spice things up and just make it feel a little bit different each time. Keeps you, I don't know, keeps variety going, you know? And then, like I said, I answered this in a girl talk before, really looking at it as spending quality time together and not just putting so much pressure on the physical. I'm big on that. So I'll link that other girl talk video below where you guys can like go listen to that one. I go more in depth about it, but those are my tips for like spicing things up. All right, how to stay, oh my gosh, let me close these windows really quick. Really bad. Is that better? Oh, not really, but okay, whatever. How to stay consistent with working out and eating good. So I really actually discovered this in the past few months, that I realized eating healthy and working out, I'm looking at it more now as like a responsibility versus something that I have to do or need to like motivate myself to do. Like, it truly is a discipline, and the older I get, let's say I make bad choices, I eat things that are not as good for me, it ruins with my energy, my work, my routine, everything. That's when I realized the advantages and the benefits of always eating healthy is so powerful. So again, it kind of goes back to that confidence building and like really showing up for yourself all the time. I think part of living a healthy lifestyle is actually a maturity thing, and it's like taking care of yourself is literally like, it's the more mature, responsible route to go. And as long as you know that, that it's literally, you're like looking out for your greater good. Basically, like I'm setting myself up because I know this is good for me, then you're gonna like, it's gonna make it so much easier because you're not like attaching it to like, well, I don't want to eat this healthy, like I don't want to eat vegetables and I want to have like McDonald's. It's like, no bitch, like you're doing this because it's gonna make you a savage and you're gonna keep going and you're gonna be healthy and you're gonna have energy tomorrow, you're gonna crush your workout, you're gonna have a good day at work, and you're not gonna be mad at yourself that you went and like ate some garbage and don't feel good about yourself anymore. So do you see what I'm getting at? Like, it's good choices because you're setting yourself up for, it's like taking care of yourself basically. And that is really hard to do sometimes. And don't get me wrong, like I have the days where I like go get fast food and Chick-fil-A, and that is okay to do every once in a while. Like it's fine. As long as you have the most of your life pretty consistent, then you can treat yourself. Absolutely. Like those things are good. But yeah, I think like to be like a good thriving adult and like take care of yourself, like being healthy is good, but we all do our best. So that helps keep me motivated. Like it's almost like knowing, like going to the workouts every day, I'm like, I know it's the right choice, but I really don't want to do it. But like, I gotta do it. Like you just have to. So just do it. No pun intended. Anyways, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's do it again soon. And yeah, bye.